The universe is speaking to you, and the signs can no longer be ignored. Someone right at this moment misses you without even really knowing you. It's as if a greater force is pulling you both in the same direction. This meeting is not by chance. It's destiny. Are you ready to discover who cannot live without you? The answer is closer than you think. Don't wait. Go to meet this truth now. Everything around you seems to whisper that something is about to change. It's that feeling that there is more happening than meets the eye, a synchronicity that doesn't stop repeating itself. Do you notice it? A name, a face, perhaps an emotion that arises without warning and refuses to go away. This is not a coincidence. It's the universe trying to make you see what has always been there. Think about recent moments, that unexpected message, the seemingly random encounter, or even the way someone just seems to always be around, even without clear intention. These are not loose pieces. They are fragments of a puzzle that destiny is assembling for you. But are you paying attention, or are you letting these opportunities slip through your fingers? This person who cannot live without you might already be in your life, waiting for you to notice the connection that exists between you. It might be someone with whom you share glances that say more than words, or perhaps a figure who has always been on your periphery, just waiting for the right moment to come closer. Destiny has its ways of acting, and it's up to you to decide if you are ready to embrace what it is offering. What if this person is someone you never imagined, someone you might have underestimated or even ignored for so long? This connection, so unique and powerful, might be hidden in a place you never thought to look. Sometimes love finds us when we are distracted, too busy with other things to notice what really matters. Now I need to ask you, how do you feel knowing this? Knowing that there is someone who can't stop thinking about you, who misses you in a way that feels almost physical. This feeling is rare, and ignoring it would be a mistake you may never be able to fix. Don't be afraid to follow the signs. They are everywhere, in the way you feel when you hear a song that touches you inexplicably, or in the way certain words suddenly seem to have a different meaning. These moments are more than just simple occurrences. They are reminders that your story is being written, and you have the chance to decide the next chapter. But be careful. Time is a deciding factor here. Waiting too long could mean missing this unique opportunity. The universe is generous, but it is also demanding. It asks you to act, to have the courage to face your fears, and to open yourself up to the unexpected. Because love is not for the indecisive. It belongs to those who have the audacity to go after what they truly desire. This person might be waiting for a sign from you, just as you have been waiting for a sign from them. And maybe, just maybe, the universe has placed you here now, reading these words, because this is the moment when everything should start making sense. It's no coincidence that you're thinking about this now. It's a call to action. Can you feel it? The restlessness, the warmth in your chest, that urge to just go out and do something about it. That is the universe pushing you in the right direction. Don't fight it. Embrace the possibility that from now on, your life may never be the same. Remember, it's not just about you. This person is also waiting, searching, feeling the same emptiness that you feel. It's as if both souls are in a game of hide and seek, waiting for one of them to take the first step to bridge the gap. And the question is, will you take that step? Or will you let the fear of taking risks keep you in the same place? Time doesn't wait. Each passing day is a missed opportunity to connect, to discover, to love. Don't let pride, doubt, or any other barrier keep you from experiencing what could be the most transformative moment of your life. Because when that encounter finally happens, you will realize that every effort, every wait, every decision was worth it. Now it's up to you. The universe has already done its part. It connected the dots, placed the signs in your path, and prepared the ground so you could act. The question you need to answer is simple. Will you ignore this unique chance, or embrace what could be the start of something extraordinary? The moment to act isn't in the future, it's now. While you hesitate, time is running, and make no mistake, it will not slow down to wait for you to decide. Every second of doubt is an opportunity slipping away, a moment that will not return. Are you ready to open your eyes and see what is right in front of you? Think about the last time you felt butterflies in your stomach when seeing someone, or the last conversation that kept replaying in your head hours after it ended. These are not coincidences. They are signs, and they are trying to guide you. When the universe works to bring two people together, it doesn't shout, it whispers. It places small clues on your path, hoping you have the courage to follow them. And that courage? You have it within you. It's the same strength that got you through challenges before. It's the same drive that pushed you to fight for something you wanted desperately. So why hesitate now, when what's at stake is something so profound, so transformational? There is nothing more powerful than opening up to a connection that transcends the obvious. That person who misses you, who can't move on without you, is not waiting for a perfect hero. They are waiting for you exactly as you are. Your imperfections, your insecurities, your fears, all that is part of the package. It's not about being ideal, but about being real. Because true love isn't about finding someone who is perfect. It's about finding someone who sees your flaws and chooses to stay. Now be honest with yourself. Are you hiding behind excuses? Now is not the right time. I need to sort out other things first. What if it's not reciprocated? All these doubts are normal, but they cannot paralyze you. The perfect moment never arrives because it doesn't exist. What exists is the will to make it happen, to create the right moment with your own hands. And what if you fail? What if it doesn't turn out as you imagined? These are questions that can only be answered if you have the courage to try. But let me ask you, what is scarier? Taking a risk and finding out it didn't work out, or never knowing what could have been? Because living in doubt, carrying the what if forever, is much heavier than any momentary disappointment. Now stop for a second and take a deep breath. Imagine that you take this step. Imagine that you decide to open up, that you choose to say what you feel, that you resolve to follow that impulse you've been ignoring for so long. What would it be like? How would you feel to finally take that weight off your chest, and even better, to discover that everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of your decision? You're not alone in this. The universe has been working in the background, but it can only go so far. It can create the circumstances, put the right person in your path, but the rest is up to you. And here's the truth you may not want to hear, but need to. You are responsible for creating the life you desire, and that includes the love you seek. That person who misses you without even knowing exactly why also carries fears. Perhaps they are waiting for a sign from you, the same courage you are trying to muster now. Have you thought about that? That the first step you take could be the push they need to open up to? You have more power than you realize. There are no guarantees in life, and that's what makes it so exciting. The only certainty is that if you don't try, you'll never know. So look around you. Reflect on the signs you have been receiving. Remember the times when something within you tried to tell you there was something more, something greater. And most importantly, listen to that now. Trust that feeling. What you feel is not an invention. It's not a figment of your imagination or a desperate desire to fill a void. It's real, it's strong, and it's calling you to act. You can continue ignoring it, pretending it's nothing, but deep down you know you're deceiving yourself. And the more you deny it, the heavier it becomes. Now I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes and visualize. You take the first step. Whatever it is, a message, a meeting, a more significant glance. Imagine the other person's reaction. It could be surprise, it could be a smile, it could be something you never expected. But the most important thing is how you will feel knowing that you did your part, that you chose not to live with regrets. This story, your story, is still being written, and the chapter you're about to open has the potential to be the most impactful of all. But for that, you need to commit yourself. You need to set fear aside and choose courage. Because love, true love, is not for those who wait. It is for those who act. You do not need complete answers now. You do not need guarantees or perfect plans. You just need to take a step. A single step can change everything. The person who cannot live without you is waiting, and the universe has already brought you this far. What will you do now? The moment to act does not require perfection, but presence. It is the now that matters, and it is asking you for an answer. Remaining still is not an option, not if you truly desire something greater, more meaningful, more real. There is someone waiting for you, maybe not explicitly, but in every gesture, every silence, every exchange of glances that carries a weight that both feel. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe this person is also wondering the same thing as you? What if I act and I'm not reciprocated? What if it's all in my head? These fears are normal, but what differentiates those who find something true from those who spend their lives dreaming is the willingness to face these doubts and take the risk. This connection you feel, even if it seems undefined, is something that doesn't happen often. Many people spend their entire lives without feeling something like this, without experiencing this call of destiny. And you are here now with this opportunity in front of you. Are you willing to let it slip away? Pause for a moment and reflect. What is really holding you back? Fear of rejection? Uncertainty about what comes next? These emotions are natural, but they can't be greater than the desire to discover what might be waiting for you. Because honestly, what is worse? Temporary fear or the possibility of spending the rest of your life wondering what could have been. It's not about being perfect or saying the right thing. Often, the most powerful thing you can do is be genuine, to show what you feel, even if it makes you vulnerable. Because vulnerability is where the truth resides, and it is exactly this that builds real connections. Have you noticed that time has a cruel way of showing us what really matters? It doesn't wait, it doesn't slow down, and each passing day is one less chance to live something meaningful. This encounter, this connection, is something that can change your life in ways you can't even imagine right now. But only if you have enough courage to allow yourself. That person, the one you feel is connected to you in an almost inexplicable way, is also living with their own doubts, their own fears. Maybe they are waiting for a move from you, a sign that it's safe to open up, that it's not just an illusion. And you have the power to offer that to them. You have the power to change the narrative, but make no mistake. This is not about waiting for the right moment or perfect conditions. Those moments do not exist. What exists is the now, the present, this exact instant when you decide to stop hiding behind excuses and start living truly. Because love is not something that happens to you. It is something you choose to create, nurture, and fight to achieve. If you are still hesitating, think about everything you have already faced in life. Think about how you overcame challenges that seemed impossible, how you stood up even when everything seemed to be falling apart. That was not by chance. It was because you have the strength inside you to do what needs to be done. So why not use that strength now when it matters so much? Do not let fear be your advisor. It will always tell you to retreat, to wait, to protect yourself. But fear has never built anything. It has never created connections, never brought people together, never transformed lives. What does is courage, and it is inside you, waiting for you to release it. Maybe you need a plan, something concrete to start with. It could be a message, a conversation, a simple but meaningful gesture. It doesn't have to be something grand. What matters is that it is sincere, that it comes from an authentic place. Because at the end of the day, it is not the grand declarations that touch people, but the small truths that show who we really are. Now is the moment to decide. Will you continue feeding doubts and hesitations? Or will you choose to open yourself to what the universe has in store for you? The answer is in your hands, and it will determine much more than you can imagine. Because true love, the one that transforms, that heals, that gives meaning to life, only happens to those who have the courage to pursue it. And remember, the universe has already done its part. It placed the signs, aligned the paths, created the opportunities. All that's left is for you to take the first step. This person is waiting, maybe even more than you imagine. And the only thing left to know is, will you leave them waiting, or will you show that you are ready for what destiny has prepared? Now, the decision is in your hands. Will you ignore this unique chance, or will you take the first step to discover who is so intensely connected to you? The universe has already done its part, now it's your turn. Subscribe to the channel for more messages like this. Leave your like if this text touched you and comment here, I choose to act and connect to what destiny has prepared for me. Share your experience, and let's explore the signs of love and destiny together.